Hi boys and girls, Mr. V here. Hope everyone's doing well and enjoyed the last video about changes to the Canada Food Guide. Well, today we're going to look at sugar rushes and sugar crashes. You've heard these terms before. What are they? Well, let's take a look. All right, so if we look at this diagram right here, it's talking about what happens during a sugar rush. Well, I'm sure a lot of you have heard these things from your parents or your teachers or have felt these things in your body. Well, let's just go over these quickly. So, lots of sugar to the body with a sugar rush will change your mental status, resulting in erratic behavior and emotional outbursts. So when you get hyper, you might get angry one minute, sad the next. That's because of the sugar rush going on in your body. I'm sure a lot of you have experienced that. Next part it talks about is dopamine release causing a euphoric state. Now, some of the older kids and younger kids might not know what dopamine is. Well, dopamine's in your body, and basically it releases a state that makes you feel really good. So when you're kind of hyper on sugar, you usually have a really good, powerful, I can do anything feeling. That's what dopamine does. Next part says it decreases the I'm full signals. Now, if you're having a healthy diet, okay, good old healthy diet, it might decrease. I shouldn't say it might. It will decrease the I'm full signals, meaning if you have a nice salad and some rice, you're sticking with the Canada Food Guide, you're going to feel full. But if you're just eating sugary snacks, you don't get that full feeling, okay? Next part, sugar-feeding gut bacteria gets a boost. So there's bacteria in your stomachs. It will get a major boost from a sugar rush. Next part is immunity suppressed for at least 5 hours. Now, what is immunity? Well, basically it's what keeps your body healthy, and immunity will fight off flus and colds. So basically, if you do have a lot of sugar, it's harder for your body to fight colds or flus or any other illness, okay? So that's really what that means. Too much sugar, harder to fight those things. Next part, to metabolize sugar. Minerals are pulled from bones, teeth, and other parts of the body. You've heard it before, sugar's bad for your teeth. That is why, okay? To metabolize and to process, it will borrow minerals from your teeth and bones. Not just borrow, it just takes them away. So too much sugar can lead to that. And last but not least, a rapid rise in blood sugar signals and insulin production. Now, I've had a lot of boys and girls, I've talked to them over the years about what sugar can do. One thing that comes up is diabetes. Now, diabetes is something that's not curable. If you get diabetes, you got diabetes for life. It can be managed, but it is a serious condition. It is something you can at least try to prevent, though, based on the amount of sugar you're putting into your body. So that's a sugar rush. Let's look at what a sugar crash looks like. All right, so low blood sugar and hormones result in a tired, weak, and shaky feeling. So you're going to have a lot of energy at the beginning, and then you're going to crash. That's what a sugar crash is. You're going to get tired and weak feeling. I've seen this over the years with teaching. I've seen kids come into school with a can of pop and some chocolate bars for breakfast, which is so gross. And they eat it and they're all hyper and they might be disruptive in the classroom, but then in the afternoon, they're just all emotional and tired and weak. That's because of that. You're coming down from the sugar. You've heard it. You've probably experienced this before. Next part is increased risk of cavities. We just talked about that too. To metabolize and to process the sugar that you intake. Minerals are taken from your teeth and bones, so that can result in cavities and sore bones. Excess converts to fat. So yes, when you have too much sugar, it's harder for your body to process it. So in the end, it just turns into fat in your body and it's hard to get rid of. Total body inflammation is basically making yourself feel really bloated. Too much sugar will bloat your body and make it really big. Increased uric acid due to cell shock and die off. It will really the sugar will affect your cells in your body. And that goes with the whole immunity thing too. So sugar crash, sugar is not good for your immunity system or your healthy cells in your body. Sudden drop in blood sugar triggers a release of stress hormones. And I've seen this too as a guidance counselor. I've seen kids running around in the morning and in the afternoon, they just crash and they have lots of stress, lots of anxieties. It's linked right to that. And last but not least, overproduction of insulin causes low blood sugar. Well, it does. It creates very low blood sugar in the body. Okay? And that goes with the idea of diabetes that we just talked about. So boys and girls, I know you know a lot of this, but still nice to review, especially right now while you're at home. Watch the sugars that you eat. Okay? Especially because you might not be as active right now. I'm not saying don't eat sugar at all. I love sugar. I like having a chocolate bar once in a while. I like eating cake. I love pancakes with syrup. So good. But you need to watch what you intake. So I'm not saying don't do it at all. I'm just saying, have some sugar in moderation. And I always talk about Mr. T. Mr. T, I was always telling you to stay in school, eat your vegetables. I know for a fact he would never push any sugary stuff to kids. Oh yeah, he had that sugary cereal when I was a kid. Well, let's just ignore that. And Mr. T, you're still number one in my books. Anyway, boys and girls, I hope you have a great day. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll talk to you next time.